say here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it. Well, hello, and good morning. How is everyone doing this Monday morning? Hope y'all can hear me because for some reason I don't hear myself on my side all of a sudden, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can hear it on my phone, but I cannot hear me on the computer, which is interesting. I don't know what's going on here, but anywho, let's see. All right, let me let's see. All right, first in the chat this morning to get that pie point is Miss Wendy. Hello, and good morning. Your lips are slower than the auto coming through. Ugh. I don't know. I reset everything. Let's see. Today, Wendy is in. She's going to be promoting Emily Conway today. Good morning, hello, and welcome, Paul. It looks fine to me. But as long as y'all can hear me, because for some reason I can't hear the video on my end. Why, I don't know. Interesting. Let's see. Wendy. NASCAR. Hello, Derek. How are you doing this morning? Hello, and welcome. And if y'all haven't noticed, Robert's in the chat today. We're going to be honored to have him all week long in all the shows because he's off today. So definitely you better get an honor and a treat to have Robert in the chat with us every day this week. Good morning, hello, and welcome. Lone Star Picker, how you doing this morning, Louie? Miss Susanna's Chronicle, hello, and welcome. Let's see here, and then we'll go over there. Chat just flew up on me here. Let's see, Kajun, Wendy, Lone Star Picker, Paul, Fluffy, how you doing, Fluffy? Hello, and welcome. Good morning from the other side of the pond. Anthony with Pittsburgh, hello, and welcome. Good morning. How are you doing? Good to see y'all this morning. Usually, unless I oversleep. Yeah, that's true. Punisher, hello. Has anyone noticed something new on the wall today? We'll talk about that a little bit too. I just finished. I need to finish my video for tomorrow. That will be in tomorrow's. Let's see. Wendy says, we are honored to have both of y'all, Johnny and Robert, today. Well, thank you, Wendy. Let's see. My goals and everything from last week that we talked about, I have to say that I basically accomplished everything that I said I was going to do. This Saturday, Robert and I, Bedford. It was a good, a little over 2-hour drive, which was nice to get out and get away and do something different. Yes, you have a new photo. No, not really. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So far, you're the only one that noticed it already, but it's not actually a photo. Good morning, hello, and welcome, Record Crate, Adam. Hello and good morning. Looks good hanging on the wall. Yes, it does. So back to my story from Saturday. Actually, Saturday we did a meetup. Robert and I took a trip down to New Bedford, and we met with Susanna, where we actually went to the one of the antique malls down there. It's a big old store. Actually, was and I did video clip it. For some reason, I did not have it when I went to download my files off my GoPro for some reason. But we did go to the antique mall. We had a good day. We basically met, and then of course we exchanged some goodies. I brought her and Tina a big helping and serving of the shrimp seafood jambalaya, and we then met. She had given us some Polish bread and some cookies, and oh my God, they're so good. Yes, it was the Antiques at the Cove in New Bedford, and so we did that Saturday, and it was nice to be out the house most of the day. We did do the safe thing and gloves and all that good stuff. And then we went yesterday. I wanted to update and do my antique booth like I'll usually do every week. And so I was able to do all of the catching up and I'm sorry, Portuguese, not Polish. Again, you gotta remember, I don't know until Robert corrects me. Love Hollis, hello and welcome. Good morning. So that's what we did Sunday. We went to the my antique mall where I have my 2 booths, and we met up with Miss Carol and her husband Steve. So it was 2 good weekend meetups that we did, and got a lot done in my booths. Redid some more items, brought some more stuff in, sold a lot of good stuff too. So I was very surprised when I got my my billing for the month taken care of. Let's see, Punisher. Let's talk about mental health, Robert and Robert. So the next thing I want to show y'all, let's see, Johnny, do you recommend an antique booth? If you have, and it's up to you in your area, and it depends on the terms and conditions of an antique mall or booth. And again, most places do different things on their guidelines and rules and regulations. But if you want to do bigger items, like if you're going to garage sales, estate sales, or any type of thrifting, and you find old antique pieces of furniture, and you would like to get it, but you don't have a place to do it on eBay or Marketplace, yes, I do recommend it, because that way you can pick your size of boots. And again, some places you may be on a waiting list because a lot of times they don't have open boots right away. So sometimes you have to be put on a waiting list. But if you're looking to get into bigger things and older things and not having to do with on eBay, and you want to make more money, I would recommend an antique mall or a booth. But just double check your area, because each place is different when it comes to their rules and regulations of what you can and cannot have, and that kind of thing. So that's a scam. So let me pull that up. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what I have here on my wall. And I did a video on it. It will come out tomorrow. I got it in the mail last week, and it's a wooden plaque that Punisher made for me. And he actually engraved it all, and then you can see how detailed it is with the wood, my emblem, my logo, and that's what I got in the mail. I picked it up. It came in Friday late out when I went to the post office, so I got it in late. So that's what's going to be here on my wall, and that's what that is. By Punisher. That's the kind of work he does. As far as the other stuff he does too, but that's the new piece that's on the wall. And then, of course, I did I have a video this week, and I put out as far as some care packages that I received last week. And then I also I'm going to be doing another video this week on another things that I got in the mail, as well as yesterday I did put out a video on, if you didn't check it out yet or didn't hear about it, I did put out my cooking video yesterday of the seafood jambalaya. So that is up on my cooking channel as well. Let's see, Fluffy, Robert, awesome. All right, Derek says, Johnny is selling my whole collection of toys, jewelry, and more. So if you're anyone else, wait, huh? Johnny is selling my whole collection of toys, jewelry, and more. If you or anyone else is interested, let me know. So does that mean you're selling your stuff? Oh, I'll have to ask, wait for that one. I think that's what he might mean. I'm not sure. Ma, hello. How are you doing, Miss Tina? I hope you and Tim are doing well. Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you. Send me some pictures if you don't mind in my email. I'll get with you. That's a beautiful piece of art. Great job. Yes. And actually, it took him a little while because of the details. And I understand, because I do have my little thing that says, will I stop thrifting or garage sales? Who, not me? That is a very long catch line. So, but I still love it, because again, it's just the logo, which I like. And so, yes, I really appreciate the work he did for me. And it's going to be on my wall. So that's one of the things that he does besides other things. Debs Mowers, hello, and good morning. Dropping in to say hello. Well, thank you so much. It's good to see you this morning. Come on, Debs. And so, yeah, that was my little gift I got Friday in the mail from Punisher. He's a woodworker and all kind of good stuff. So definitely check it out. Now, let me see something here. Let me put that link in the chat, and then I will tag it at the top. So if anybody else decides they would like to come on during the show, it's going to be in the dark blue at the top. That is where you can come in and talk about your channel. your platform, anything you might have going on this week, whatever. He did mine too. Such a great talent. Yes. Well, Fluffy, I think I saw yours. I'm trying to remember that I see the plaque. I think that's why we started talking about it. Yeah. And so I know everybody's gonna probably be talking and asking, but all my thumb numbers are correct. All the thumbnails are correct starting this week. Let's see. Junk and Data Girl. Hello, Cha-Cha. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Yes, the Stooges. That's what I thought. Yeah, I did remember seeing that. Let's see. Stopping for gas on our way to Florida for the winter. What? Well, be safe and be careful, and I hope you have a safe trip and a good winter time down there. Sky Watcher Sandra, good morning, hello, and welcome. Miss Virginia, hello, hello, and welcome. I'm not going to say the last part because I butchered it every time I say it. So I'm going to be safe and say just Virginia. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know we did. We finally got out and did some other things this weekend, different than what we usually do. And so, yes, listen, glad you liked it, Johnny. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, I do love it. I really do. I was very surprised when I opened it and saw it. I know you sent me a picture of it, but I know you were still working on it when I did see the part that you sent me. Let's see. Sounds wonderful. Yes. Virginia B. Yeah, Virginia B is fun. Okay, good. I didn't want to butcher your name like I did last week. So how did everybody do this weekend? Anybody did anything special this weekend or anything you got going on that's coming up this week? Being it is being it is Thanksgiving week, I will be still doing my shows as usual this week. And because of the fact Robin and I are staying home, we're not going anywhere. I have all my meal ready to cook for the week. And so if you're not doing anything and you just want to come in and talk and chat or whatever the case may be, I will be on, and I may even go on a little early depending on what I get done in the morning. That way y'all have a place to come and chit chat and talk about maybe something you're thankful for the week. I know it's usually the whole month, but yeah, we'll be having a regular hour, a regular morning show at 10 o'clock. So we're going to be about 2 hours south of Orlando. Ooh, that sounds nice. You're probably getting closer there where Paul's at. Jerry, hello, hello, and welcome. Good morning. I have a late night tonight, Virginia. I'm still sick, so I don't do anything but sleep. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. Packing 60 orders. Wow. Now, is that something you're sending into Amazon tomorrow? Fluffy, Jerry. I am 25 east of Tampa. Okay. Yes, how is Tim doing, Tina? How y'all both doing? I hope you get to feeling better too, yes. Sending to customers. Sending to customers. That is a lot of orders. Good. Yeah, I ran a sale this weekend, but I didn't have much sales this weekend, but I'm grateful for what I did have. Deb says a great weekend. Attended church for parents' dedication with Kathy and Jacob as honorary grandparents. Oh, wow. Fluffy, I can't watch y'all on my shift at work. Oh, yeah, when you got to work, you got to work. Thank you, Robert. I'm hoping to get results soon from my COVID test today. Oh, well, we're keeping you in our thoughts and prayers tomorrow. P. Poodles. Did I miss somebody? I don't think I did. So, anywho, yeah, yesterday we also went to our BJ's, which is, I don't know if some people know who that is, what it is. It's more like a Sam's, but a lot different and bigger. So yeah, we went there yesterday, and I broke down, and Robert and I talked about it, and I did something yesterday that I'm getting used to today. Good morning, Glenn from Swamp Picker. Hello, hello, and welcome. Virginia, I have a random live stream just to hang out and chat. Only had 2 so far. Cool. Let's check that out when you do, Tina. No, just Paul picking on me. Oh, okay. That was a squirrel moment. I should have known. We will be in Wachula. Wachula? Never heard of it. But if anybody would like to come on, the link is at the top of the chat. I do have it where it's pinned, the way you can come in and talk about your channel, talk about anything that we did on the weekend, anything you might be doing this week. But I will touch up on something that y'all may be seeing in my thumbnails this week, more live streams or I definitely have to check it out. But if it's too late after I'll go to bed and I'll miss it, I'm sorry, but I'll have to do the replay. Jennifer, hello, and good morning. How are you doing this morning, Jennifer? How's that wrist? Hopefully you are pretty soon getting close to getting that cast off. Well, he won't have me much around longer to pick on. Oh, why not? You got to go to work? Oh, let's see. Wanted to say hi. I can't stay long. Hey, Mel. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well with your house. And the electricity part's getting taken care of for you with your electrical wiring. Heading out to a doctor's appointment in the snow. I want to tell everybody, me and Rebecca will be auctioning tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Well, that's great. We're going to put the link in the chat for you. And that's going to be on the 2 storage auction ladies, I think it's called. I know I'm subscribed, so I know I got my notification. Of course, Fluffy, I love to watch y'all while putting in the groceries. Let's see. Fluffy, everybody's talking back and forth. More. Stopping on doing the auctions, making my final runs. Oh, okay. So you're not going to be doing auctions after a certain time frame? You got so much good stuff. Snow. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we had a little bit of snow yesterday. We had just got back home as I'm driving into the driveway, and it started snowing. So we were able to have a little bit of snow, but not much because it stopped just as fast as it started. Jerry, did you get a complaint? I don't know. Good morning, Anthony. How are you doing this morning? Hello. Hello. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Jerry?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have to put my phone on. I don't know why my volume on my computer. Let me see something here. Oh, I see why. Let me turn my volume on. Well, what's going on is yesterday let me get this correct so I can say what I gotta say because I can't hear without having my phone up and loud because I don't want to do a rookie mistake here. I see what it is. Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I know what it was now. Okay, the reason I was having issues where I couldn't hear, I went yesterday. We went to BJ's, which is like a big outlet, like a Costco or Sam's, and they had this curved Samsung monitor on sale for $99. And I've been thinking about doing a dual monitoring for my my eBay room, and when I do YouTube, and so I hooked it up this morning, and I had Robert kind of walk me through the defaults because I was having problems where it would cut off my volume. Well, kind of found out when I started live, I restart on my computer when I do that. But for some reason, I did not go back and change the mic on my YouTube when I opened it. And so therefore I couldn't hear anything we were saying. I had to use my phone with a low volume. And so that's what it was, what happened. So nods there. So what's going on with you? You were saying in the chat?
Yeah, I got like about maybe another month to go, and then that's it for me.
You're retiring?
No, the thing is, and it's not to pick on anybody or anything else, but most of the stuff I'm getting down to is all high price stuff. So nobody's going to give me like $100 for a toy or, $75 for a post or whatever. So it makes no sense for me to be here, trying to sell something that, and taking up somebody else's time that can sell something.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah.
So it's better for me to just say, okay, what I got is gone, and that's it. And no, Paul, not because somebody complained, because you know me. After 45 years of doing this, people are going to complain no matter what.
Yeah.
And you just take it with a grain of salt and just say whatever. But like I said, I'm not going to pull out something like, let's say, like this, that's, like a $70 book and say, give me, $40 for it, and nobody's going to, I'm wasting my time on it.
Well, yeah, because you know what the value of those things are because you've been dealing with that for so long.
But that's it. Or like I take something like this. Now, this just for the case alone goes for about $25.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got 48 cars.
Wow.
So now when I turn around and say I want $50 for it, and people are like, oh, that's too much. I'm like, well, that's $1 a car and $2 for the case. So you're actually getting a bargain. But if you're going to argue with me over something like this, like I said, what am I going to do when I get to the higher price items? It's like, I'm just going to waste my time. And I'm like, no, I'd rather just say enough is enough and just say I'm done.
Yeah. I also want to say hello and welcome to Miss Mavis. Hello and welcome. Tommy, the Bargain Effects. Hello, good morning and welcome.
Like this. I looked this up online. This is an autographed Angelina Jolie card.
Oh, wow.
I can't sell this here because I've looked it up. The cheapest I've seen it selling for is $350. So it's nice to show it here, but nobody's going to touch that price.
Right.
So for me to be here, trying to sell stuff is, like I said, I'm taking up somebody else's time and spot that could be, selling stuff and helping themselves out. And that's the way I've always been. This is why, like, whenever I'm in, anybody's auction that has a lot of people, it's like, no, they can all go first. I'll go last. Let them, make whatever they can. And if you want, jump over me every once in a while, and just, move on. Because, like I said, it just makes no sense for me to be taking up somebody else's spot.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but there's going to be some people that's going to be still looking for stuff, or they're going to still be able to get in touch with you if you have something they can get from you.
Oh, yeah. You can, I still get people. Like the other night, I was in an auction till 1 a.m, and I was getting people that were a couple of my regulars that were surprised that I was answering the phone at that time, and they were putting in for orders.
Oh, okay.
And that's fine. And I don't mind that because I'll ship out stuff.
Right.
But like I said, I'm just seeing that here, people are not going to pay me the prices that I got to get for my items.
Right.
So,
also, say hello and welcome to Gate City Picker. Hello and good morning. And Paul, yes, you can. This is the channel where you can drop your links to your platforms that you sell on, or any particular thing you're trying to advertise, as well as your links to your YouTube channel. If you do content and you would like to share that, you are more than welcome to do so. Just remember, you don't have to ask here. The only thing that I do is, like, when we're doing any type of auctions and or bingo, that you don't do that there unless I ask you to, depending on what's going on. Yeah, but you're more than welcome to do that here. Castlevania, Paul, everybody's saying hello, talking back and forth. Cha-cha, cha-cha.
Is that tea? Look, tea. It's a
tea here? Oh, yes, it sure is.
And it's a size small. Ooh, I think that's your size. She keeps picking on me whenever I put out shirts. And she's like,
I know.
You don't make small sizes. And I'm like, it's what the company sends me.
Cha-Cha says, I know I know that the problem is you are trying to sell to a reseller community, and I'm with you on, I am not really doing auctions anymore, not worth my time.
Yeah. See, but I don't mind that, I've always said it for years because of, doing the conventions.
Right.
If somebody comes up to my table and buys...
Hello, Perini. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
they buy this from me for say $20, and God bless them if they can go and make $30, $40, $50, $100. I don't care.
Right.
Because they got someone that will come and buy it from them.
Right.
Or they can take it and throw it away. I don't care. Once they give me what I'm looking for in money, I'm happy. What you do with it after that, it's yours.
Right.
I don't, so I don't mind that, because I know that most of the people in here are resellers. So they're going to want to get something like this, and they're going to want to get it cheap so that way they can go and make money. And I'm like, but that's fine, but I still got to get my money. But like I said, most of my stuff is getting to the point where it's too much money, and there's not, as they say, enough meat on the bone for the resellers here to buy for me to make money for them. So why would I be here dealing with that?
Well, that's understandable because you have a high market of stuff that goes for high market.
Before I forget, Punisher, I found one of these. Do you want me put it in your box?
Morning.
Good morning, T. Hello and good morning. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. I'll be I'll be a guest here and there. Resellers is not in my audience. I am cool with that. So why am I doing these different things? That's why I'm doing the different things.
How are you?
I am blessed. And how are you?
Hi, Paul.
Okay. Hey, Jerry.
You have to pick on me, don't you? Hello, people, huh?
Yeah.
Also want to say, don't forget today, Louis and Callie does a mindful merchant Monday every week. And that says back from burnouts and that kind of thing. So today his guest is from Australia. So
don't cry, Paul. I'll still talk to you.
Yeah, I know. No, my eye was swollen like all last week. And it's leaking a lot. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with it.
T says, hold that shirt for her, please.
Yes, I know. That's
hopefully you'll get the link.
Paul, did you see the new Batman and Legend figures that are out?
From McFarlane?
Yeah, you got the Batman ones with the Robin.
The big giant Bane?
No, not. Oh, yeah, the big giant Bane, the one in the white box, and they did a Venom one as well.
I passed on a lot of that stuff. Like you, and I always asked you before too, and I know a lot of people in here are not going to understand, but you were selling stuff lower than I can buy at wholesale or that we could buy at wholesale, and I didn't know how you were going to continue on that road.
But that's why I'm saying it's getting to the point where the stuff that I've got left is just too much. See, like Fluffy says, he wants the shirt. He wants the Stone Cold shirt. That's there.
Yeah.
The cheapest I've seen that shirt sell for, and that was like 2 years ago, is $350 because you can't get that anymore.
Wow.
So if I were to put that out, I have to ask at least $5.
Yeah.
Who's going to give me $500 for it here?
Right.
And it's not to pick on these people. It's because there's no meat on the bone for them to resell that to somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it for me, like I said, to take up somebody's spot that could use the spot to make money and, do good. So I figure about another month, I'll just do a run of, anybody that wants to have me on their auctions. I'll come on and I'll blow out everything that I can just to, make as much room as possible, because that's the other thing. I mean, we just spent, what was it, last night? No, not last night. The night before, talking to our connection in Japan. You're going to love this, Paul. They took us to the new Godzilla shop there. We were the only ones that were in there. And we were doing this live on the phone with them. And I swear we probably spent around $2,700 on Godzilla toys. And
wow.
But
yeah, I've been
the price that we got it for is cheaper than what we could find it for here,
right?
Even with the shipping. So it made it worthwhile for us to pick up that kind of stuff, But I'm like, I'm moving more towards that side now to say I'd rather have those things than to have, you know, like a bunch of DVDs that, because God knows I've got enough DVDs. I don't need to have, you know, 5 more in my collection.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have something like these I just picked up.
What is that?
These are deformed figures. But these are right from Japan.
But you paid retail for them.
No. I got these for less.
Okay. Less than Japanese retail?
Yeah, basically. But still, it works out cheaper than what I can get for them here.
See, now because I deal with the Japanese distributor, and I have passed on a lot of that stuff now, because that's the other thing is I just can't get enough for it because everybody's selling it now.
Yeah.
But if you're, you know, I'll turn you on to them, and you could start buying wholesale from them.
Like I said, we've got the ones that we got here that we're dealing with. And like I said, they take us right into the Godzilla store. And because we're buying so much, they give us a discount on top of that. So we're good. You know, we're like, but like I said, even on that stuff, I'm going to start slowing down because like I said, I'm at 60 now. You know, and my son only wants a couple of things on Godzilla. He doesn't want all of the Godzillas.
Right.
At some point, I'm going to be bringing a lot of this stuff to a convention and just putting it out and selling it. You know, but
not Carolina, but Perlini says Dragon Ball stuff will be hot. They are coming out with a ton of Dragon Ball Z figures and Pokemon model kits for the kids. But I passed up
some of that stuff. But I'm passing on it too because you can only carry so much.
Yeah.
And there's got to come a point when you got to say when you're going to stop. And this is me basically drawing the line and saying, okay, I'm going to stop. You know, like if we go to a yard sale and they have DVDs, I'm only going to pick up ones that I want. Not I'm going to say I'm not going to pick these up for resale anymore. You know, it's because I just got to get away from it because it's like I said, it's just next thing you know, instead of having a pile this big, you got a pile that big, and you're like, you know, like you said, Paul, and I've seen you've put out stuff that I know you're taking a loss on, but you get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it comes
I was on
enough to say, you know, I'm tired of taking a loss. You know, I want to just make a profit.
Yeah, you can't. You can't continue taking a loss. It's business 101.
Yeah.
Like I was on, what was it, Johnny, Sunday or Saturday for a couple hours? I was on Kathy's.
Yeah, it was
Saturday, and she was struggling a little, you know, because I woke up at like 4:35. I was on her channel. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's, "Oh, I've been on for 7 hours." I said, "Wow, I just got up from sleeping 6 hours." So in the afternoon, I'm listing, and in the afternoon, she's still on. I thought she was still on. She said, No, I slept for a couple hours. I have heartburn. I can't sleep. She says, "Paul, you ought to go on and do an auction. Nobody else is doing it." And I said, let me just go on. Because I'm listing, and I'm looking for background stuff just to listen. So I went on, and a few minutes turned into an hour, turned into 2 hours. And we were talking roughly about sometimes the same thing, because the conversation went in every way, but about auctions and, you know, that, 90% of the people that we all get in our auctions are resellers.
Yeah. But a lot of times that's the same way at the conventions. Like when the dealers hit us first before the show even opens.
Yep.
We know they're bringing it to their table because they think that they can put it out for more money. And like I said, God bless them if they can and if they get it. I'm like, I'm fine with that. Because like I said, once it leaves my table, I don't care if you take it in front of me and break it. I'm like, you paid me for it. It's yours. Do what you want with it.
Right.
You know, and if you can turn around and make more money, hey, I'm happy for you.
Yeah. That's why I asked you, Johnny, yesterday and in Carol's auction. I didn't know you sold jewelry in your booth.
I have to say that the biggest amount of stuff that I sell in one of my booths is jewelry. And what I do is I basically put them on a card. Like depending on the jewelry piece, I'll use a brown backing card for jewelry.
Yep.
Or I use, depending on what it is, I use a black one. And I'll buy these at Michael's.
Michael, I think Sandy got the brown one. Sand, can you bring me a piece of the jewelry that you did on the card? I think she just picked those up too at Michael's Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, and I have two different displays where if it's the ones that are like a couple of dollars, it's all just cheap kind of jewelry. I'll put it on a spindle that they can just pull off of it. Now, if it's something that's a little bit higher dollar, then I'll put it inside of a case that has a lock on it. But yeah, I sell a lot. Every time I go every week to redo my booth, the biggest thing I have to keep bringing more of is jewelry.
Wow.
Yeah. All kinds. Doesn't matter if it's good, new, old, cheap, costume, whatever. As long as you got it priced right, they're going to buy it because they're all buying.
How do you? I'm sorry. How do you think? Because I thought about this for Jerry before. How I think that I thought you had one of the brown cards.
I do. But that's another one I got at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, she got this card at Hobby Lobby.
And that's for earrings? No, that's for chains or bracelets.
Yeah.
You want earrings?
Sandy, do you do do you have the cards that you can put like a necklace and an earring set together on a card?
Hold on one second. Let me show you what I do have.
Okay.
But Jerry, did you see the video I did of the antique mall in Winter Park?
Not yet.
There was two booths that I was really hot on. One had all Aurora kits. And I'm telling you, a 10 by 10 booth of, and old G.I. Joes. And his stuff was $300, $400, $1,500, $2,500. You might look at a place like that they can command the high dollars for collectors walking in. Do you have a booth like that in your place, Johnny, where you get somebody will have high ticket items, but they know they have the collector coming in?
Yes. In fact, even the one we went to in New Bedford, yes, on Saturday, there was a couple of booths that they had like this 3D puzzle, brand new sealed for $100. Or they had the different types of figures. They weren't going for cheap. But people are buying them because there was some nice sized booths, but I guess it depends on the crowd and the place you pick and the location.
Right.
Bluegrass Picker says, as long as you do a lot for resellers, I will pay for some of the things. If there is more than the lot, then I can make money on. Priya says, but yes, but then again, who has one? Wait. Yes, again, you have one who wants too much money for stuff, then it isn't worth what they're asking. Yeah, that's true.
You always get that. You always get someone who thinks that like this book is worth $20 when it's only worth 50 cents.
Right.
Right. I see that a lot.
They don't, research and say, gee, that's only a 50-cent book.
Right.
Say, oh, it's an old book, so yeah, it's worth a lot of money. And it's like, no. I had other shirts people might spend $500.
Right.
Oh, so that's like my whole big pile of shirts that I got.
Hello and welcome and good morning. Callie Picker, like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. Today at 1 o'clock, Callie's having a show with Hemlock Lady, Callie Picker, and Kevin Neverending Saga today at 1 o'clock.
Here's the other tag that Sandy was talking about.
No, that's for,
I guess, hanging.
That one you can put earrings on. You just need to put the holes in them.
Okay.
You can adapt it for a necklace and earrings, but I know the one you're talking about. It's like a plastic piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you look at if you look at Fire Mountain Gems, they have a lot of display pieces, so you might want to check that out. I think they might have it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And it's called what now? Fire what?
Fire Mountain Gems.
Okay.
See, it's like these. These are still in the package.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me bring you back. Hold on.
I can't see.
See? It's like, I've got these from when I got them way back when. And I've already been offered $100 just for the pair of them. But I'm like, you know, some of this stuff I do want to keep, you know. But when someone says, oh, do you have shirts? Yeah, I got shirts. You know, every time I usually open up a freaking tote from the storage unit, I'll find at least 2 or 3 shirts inside of it.
What kind of tote?
Freaking totes.
Oh, because I get Rubbermaids all the time.
Yeah, I know. I like the freaking ones. They last longer.
But Junk and Data Girl is absolutely correct. I think we've all talked about it in all our lives and stuff. It's a business, and you need to treat it as such.
Yeah, and like she said, too, now, I'm not picking on anybody. You're going to sell what you're going to sell. I'm going to sell what I'm going to sell.
Right.
We're 2 different people.
Exactly.
And your stuff is going to sell here, and mine isn't. And my stuff is going to sell here, but yours isn't.
Right.
You know,
good morning, Moon Goddess.
We've been to conventions, and we've seen dealers that just sit there all day long like this at their table.
Right.
They don't make nothing because what they have is the wrong stuff for that show.
For the show, yep.
So, and you feel bad because, like I said, there's enough for everybody to get a slice of the pie. And I want to see everyone get a slice of the pie. So that way everybody goes home happy. And you feel that, and you go up to these people and you say, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that. And either they take the advice or they don't. You know, it's like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Exactly.
You know, I can say, hey, you know, buy, you know, mainly Amazing Spider-Man comics because those are going to make you money. I don't care where you go. Go to a comic shop. You're going to see more Amazing Spider-Man comics up on the wall than any of the others because there's more cameos, more better artists, more first appearances in Amazing Spider-Man. So it's more money that you're going to get for it.
Right.
You know, and you tell that to people, and whether they follow the advice or not, I'm like, hey, I did my part. I tried to help. You know, because I like I said, I want to see you make money. You know, even though if it says, well, you're taking business away from me, because I've had dealers yell at me when, like, let's say you come up to my table, Johnny, and say, well, I'm looking for Dragon Ball Z figures. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any, but I know if you go 3 aisles down on the right and you see a big heavyset guy named Paul, he's going to have it there. Tell him I'll get you over. And dealers will look at me and say, why'd you do that? And I'm like, what? You just lost money. I'm like, how did I lose money? The guy wasn't buying from me. No, oh, you lost money. You were stupid doing that. And I'm like, I don't get, you know, I don't get the concept.
Right.
You know, I'm like, you weren't going to buy from me. So go see this person. He's got it. Give him the money.
Exactly.
You know, but some people just don't get that. And I'm like, and I see that sometimes here too. They're like, oh, and I've already had it where I went into an auction and I started selling shirts, and the people that were running the auction put right in the, they said it, you know, like live like this. They said, oh, that's it. He's selling shirts. There's no money for us now. Yeah. And I like stopped, and I almost felt like saying, well, then why the F do you have me here? You know, that's why people like me, because I bring out the shirts. So if you brought me in, it's because you know at some point I'm going to sell shirts.
Right.
So if you don't want me here to sell shirts, don't bring me on.
Right.
You know? But I'm like, I'm sorry that I made money and you didn't, but don't kill me over it.
You know? Not me, fishing and picking. Not me. It was somebody else.
Martin James, Grants Pass, Oregon.
I don't think Jerry's ever sold shirts on my auctions.
He sold a lot on our auctions.
But, you know, like going back to what Junk and Data Girl said, what's going to happen in January, February when you're a reseller and it's a business and you're sitting down with your accountant in February, say he went through all your paperwork, and he says, you got to explain something to me. You spent $50,000 on inventory this year or last year, but you only brought in $49,000. Explain to me what happened here. what are you going to say? I sold the stuff at a loss on online auctions.
Yeah.
You know, it's a business, and you can't do that. You can't survive.
It's, I came on because I'm saying that this is going to be my final run for shows, because the stuff that I have is high price. So I'd rather see somebody else come in and sell stuff than me trying to sell $100 toy here, because I'm not going to be able to move it. So why waste anybody's time? And fishing and picking, no, I wasn't talking about you. I don't even think the person, it was some oddball show that I did that I just happened to get on. And like I said, if someone says, you know, come on my show and sell, I'll sell. But don't pick on me because I'm selling stuff and you're not. Or I'm selling stuff that I'm getting a lot of money for and you're only getting a little bit.
Well, the thing I have to say about that is whenever you're on someone's channel, regardless, and I say this all the time when I have guests on in my show that want to come on with me and Queen on any of the auctions we do, they're nervous because sometimes they've never done it before. But I always tell them, don't get discouraged that you're going to have people who are not going to be interested in that particular item that you're showing. But if they get it out there and you show your items, people are going to see it to where once they see this on a replay, I've gotten a lot of people who send me a message, do you still have this particular lot on this particular day? I'm interested. So you just never know. So the thing about it is when you're doing an auction with someone, no matter who show you on, the thing about it is, say, for example, say I'm going to do the mug. I'm trying to sell the mug and somebody says, no, I'm going to pass. Don't get upset about it. Just go on to the next one, because you're not going to sell every piece of item that you show, whether it's a lot and or a piece. But you got to remember, as long as you're keeping that positive attitude, it's going to continue for you where people are going to come back. They're not going to feel like, oh, that person gets upset because no one's buying something. You can't do that with anybody. That's a business.
That's like at the convention tables and we look at each other and say, wouldn't it be nice if we got to sell everything and go home with just empty boxes?
Yeah, we used to say that all the time.
We always do that. And how many times do we go home with one empty box? Okay.
But at least,
right.
But at least if you tried and you put yourself out there to do something, at least you're going to get that edge of the nervousness out. Always remember that not everyone's going to buy everything you have. And again, you're not going to sell everything every single time you do an auction. It's just a matter of your crowd, the people that are in the chat. Also, the factor is how many other people are on live chats. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had multiple tabs open watching multiple auctions at the same time, which is a little hard for me sometimes, but some people do it. And so I don't know.
Oh, I've done it. Yeah.
So,
but like I said, but doing that is like being at a convention where you got, 500 other dealers there that you're competing against, and they're all at the same time. And the person that customer, when they walk in that door, we're all fighting to get their dollars out of their pocket.
Exactly.
And either they're going to stop at your table and buy what you got or they're not.
Right. And then, though, because Jerry and I have known each other and done this stuff now for over 30 years, the conventions, the comic book conventions and stuff started to bring on so many B actors and stuff for autographs that the attendees would end up spending all their money for autographs and have no money to buy anything from dealers.
Right.
We would hear that at times. They would say, oh, I'd buy that, but I just spent my money on all the autographs.
Right.
So, and that's why I say, and I would say it to Paul and others, I would say, this is why they need to only bring in X amount of guests.
Right.
So it doesn't take too much away from the dealers, because we're trying to make money too, and the promoter has to understand that, and it's like, but going back to like what I said, it comes to the point when you're saying they're going to come in only with X amount of dollars and they're going to want to try to get the most. And if they're going to say, if I'm going to say, okay, I got this complete set of ALF cards, all right, I can let it go for $5. But I don't feel like being there, for 5 hours and all I made was $5. I'm like, it's not cost effective.
Right.
Hey, Don.
Tamara makes a good statement. She says, I still think that it depends on whether you are marketing to the end user or a reseller.
if you know, I think we've all. I used to talk to T about that all the time because it's the exact same people. We're all getting in the auctions almost the exact same people. There might be an overflux of 5 or 10 people, but if you look at it, we're all getting the same people.
Yeah.
We have
the
to.
audience isn't growing really.
Right. We have to look at expanding the base, the market. But then it's YouTube. How do you do it? You know? I'm trying my thing. I'm trying different.
Putting ads on everybody's channel regardless.
Right.
Well, either that, like I've done once and it worked, but it was expensive. I've done Facebook advertising for one of my shows, but it's expensive. If I was like Grimes making $3,000 to $5,000 an auction sitting, okay, I can afford to pay somebody to moderate, help me moderate,
Right.
and I can afford more Facebook ads. But man, that marketing adds up. And good morning, Dawn.
Good morning, Dawn.
Hello, Dawn. How are you doing this morning? Hello, hello.
I'm doing fine.
And like I was saying, and it's not that, I'm all about the money, but I mean, we're here, we want to make money. And our time, we have to get paid for being here.
Right.
When we're doing an auction, because your time, you got to get paid. It's the same thing we say when we do a convention. You're there for 8 hours behind the table, and you say, "Oh, I made $500." It's like, well, now you got to break it down. How much were you actually making an hour? Then your cost of your goods. Was it worthwhile? If not, then it's like that show was a bust.
Right. Well, it's like I told Susanna when she first was thinking about going for an auction on her first time. She was really nervous about it, didn't want to do it. But then we talked her into her work it's wonderful. She does some great work. But again, like she was saying, we prepared her for the auction by, letting her know that if people pass on her, that's fine. Don't take it personal because there's some people that just might not be interested in that particular piece. But for it being her first auction, basically, talk to her about doing maybe a premiere or a preview of what she has so people can actually see what she has before the show. And she did. And that helped her when she came live on our show last week, to where that helped her even sell her products even quicker and better than she expected. Because, again, it did sell immediately on a lot of her stuff, to where now she's trying to get more product to do more auctions because she ran out of product. So she had to go buy more canvas and paints and stuff like that.
That's a good habit. That's a good problem to have.
Exactly. So that's why I tell everybody who does it for the first time, they want to come on our show with me and Queen, I tell them, you have to be able to keep an open mind that don't take this personal.
Yeah. And
no matter what you have, somebody may not want it at that time. But again, you never know who's going to go back and rewatch it and want it again at that time. And it may be the part of the week or whatever that they don't get paid and they don't have that extra funds right now. So you just got to take it with a grain of salt. So you are auctioneering
in a reseller community. Yeah. So we want a good deal where we can turn that what we buy for a profit. I've all but stopped going to auctions. Yeah. That's true. And I think the difference there is, I think that's why I believe more people have success with Facebook auctions, because the attendees at a Facebook auction are not really resellers, or they're less than 90%. Yeah. Like I've been to a few Facebook auctions, especially comic books and action figures and stuff, and there's like 20%. So I think that's the difference that Facebook has over YouTube.
See, like I can do, let's say Paul's Wednesday show, and he runs it from 4 to 6. Even if he ran it from, say, 4 to 8, and that was 4 hours.
Jerry, he's getting emotional. You better be careful.
No, I got an issue.
Since he came on.
I got an issue.
And let's say I make $600. Now, you'll say, oh, that's great. Whereas I can go on to Facebook and do just my movie posters for the same 4 hours, and I could do between probably $2 to $4 grand. So if you're talking that I'm in it for the money, then why am I here? I'm making more on Facebook. This is more fun at times than the Facebook side. So if I want to make money, then be all serious, I'll go over to Facebook and just sell there. But this is fun, and I like being with all you guys and everything. But like I said, when you do break it down and say, hey, I have this that's, a $40 item, I'm not going to let it go for $10.
Right.
I'm losing money big time. And like Paul says, I'm in a business same as you guys are, and I need to be showing a profit. If not, I'm losing money.
Right. I want to make a comment with Perini just says. She says, not what people are wanting to buy at the moment. It's basically like having a garage sale. You're not going to sell everything at the garage sale the first time you do it. You just got to it. And then I saw Cha-Cha made a comment. Stop comparing yourself to AKA bigger channels. That we are all growing channels, and it does take time and the learning, which is true. You have a lot of the bigger channels that have been doing it longer. They have a bigger audience. But you always have to crawl before you can walk or run, and that's what this is when somebody's starting out like that. You definitely have to take your time with it, but you got to learn from it and move on. Susanna says, Cha-Cha, I think that you're right. Johnny kept telling me to do the preview, and I was glad I listened. Yeah. YouTube auctions seem like yard sales sometimes, and and that's exactly right. And some people do premieres before their actual auction, which also helps people when they're looking for certain things as well.
But that's like when I was first doing conventions. When I was first doing conventions, when I was 15 years old selling the non-sport cards, that's all I brought to shows because that's what I was making my money on. But as the interest waned on it, I was left with saying, well, do I either keep doing this or do I try something else to stay doing it? So that's when I said, all right, let me try some toys. Let me try some comics. Some whatever. And as you go through the years, you start building up all this other stuff that way you get.
Right. And Susanna made a good point. She said the biggest problem is because she just started doing it is the shipping the items that takes time.
Yeah.
That's part of the time consuming, not only when you're selling it or you're promoting it to do an auction and you prepare to get the lots together and things like that, but it's the items at the end that sell, then you got to turn around and ship them. So you definitely have a lot of work that goes into it. But Yellow Brick Road makes a good comment too. Some of the bigger channels are also selling larger lots of the things and just wanting to move the inventory from storage units. And that is so true from what I've been seeing lately. You do have a lot of people who buy a lot of auctions, storage auctions, and they go buy out or do things with the estate sales in their area. So they have more inventory. They have the ability to get rid of it in a bigger lot, where some of us can't do that. And so when you're starting out, like for me, when I'm buying auctions online, I'm looking to see how much at least can I double my money from what I'm buying it from.
But that's it.
And you have to double your money to make anything.
If someone buys a storage unit that's, let's say, a 10 by 20, like the one I got, they pay, let's say, $1,000 for it. But they already know that, okay, they're going to cherry pick what they can so they get their $1,000 back right away. Then everything else, they can just say, okay, we have this tote of stuff. Here, give me $30 for it, and they're happy. Because they've already made their money, so they can do that. But when you got it that you're the one that's trying to do it, it's like, no. I paid $7 for it, so I got to get at least $7 because if not, I'm throwing away money and I'm losing money.
Right.
Well, to that point, Jerry. To that point, you're pinpointing the market. You know that the item will sell for the money you need to make a profit.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where a lot of people think there's one answer for everything, and there's not.
No, there
auctions
isn't.
Auctions like YouTube auctions aren't the answer for every item.
No.
Facebook auctions aren't the answer for every item. eBay, Mercari, Etsy, whatever. There's no one good answer, and the
you
trick
have to be
is
able to diversify and jump around.
And the trick is learning which works better where.
That's it.
It's like antique booths. Something that may sell better at an antique booth may not sell on eBay or on a platform, whereas vice versa. If something's selling on the platforms, may not sell quite well in the antique booth. So you definitely got to weigh the goods and pros and cons of where you want to put it when you're trying to buy something as well, no matter if it's an auction or cover. And I want to help Susanna cover this one. I will be working with Susanna today after the show when we get a chance. She's going to need, I'm working with her to show her how to and do things on the shipping and packing side of things because she's still learning all this stuff. So if you purchased something from her last Wednesday, she will be having all this done hopefully today to where she'll send you your invoice along with everything she needs to do to get it packed and ready to go. So if you're waiting for an invoice, I know we had someone comment about that this weekend, an email. So she did say that she will take care of that today. So I will be working with her with that as well. Hello and welcome, Angel from Pages.
That's the same thing, like, you know, when you do a convention. You can do some conventions and it's like, oh my God, I should do this all the time. But then you do some other conventions and you're like, oh man, why did I do this? Paul can tell you, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, we got the table cheap. We should be able to make that $100. And you go 2 days and it's like, how much did you make? And you're like, $110, you know, and you're like, okay.
Right.
You know,
like Mark says too, another thing you got to realize is how the shipping cost is going up. But if you're not ready for it and you don't charge it or you don't charge enough, then you got to eat the cost and it comes out of your profit. So you have to look at that as well when you're actually pricing stuff for an auction online.
Yeah. Like Johnny, let's just say, for instance, if you had to man your antique booth 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, would you still do it? What about you, Don?
If I had to man it myself?
Yep.
Probably not, unless I could figure out a way to do eBay and other things while I'm sitting there.
Yeah. It's you know, it's the same. We all have to think about what works for us.
Right. Like Bluegrass Picker said, also the flea markets. A lot of people sell things at flea markets, but the only thing you got to remember with flea markets is you're not going to get the price you want. In this case, with what Jerry has. To me, this is my opinion. I do not think that the items that he has would work well at a flea market because too many people wanting less for the stuff that they have at flea markets compared to, say, shows that he does or whatever. It doesn't work that way for a lot of people.
Yeah, but when the last time I went home by myself, I did an estate sale on the way, and I purchased an enormous collection of vintage Star Wars and vintage Transformers. And I sold them in Massachusetts and at a flea market in New Hampshire. It was the first time I did the flea market. I told my son, I says, you want to do the flea market? He says, yeah, I haven't done it in years. And I sold stuff that just blew my mind. You know, they were paying $50 for the X-Wing and $100 for this Transformer and stuff because I had the old vintage stuff. So I think it depends on the flea market.
And the location.
Like our friend John used to set up at Raynham Flea Market. He had a permanent booth there
with him as well.
Yeah, and he was selling the high-ticket items.
Yep.
I think it depends on the flea market.
It does. It does depend on the flea market. And
I agree.
Also, I said it to when John said, you know, do you want to do it? I said, well, if we do it, we got to stay there at least a month. He says, why? I says, because not everybody goes every weekend.
Right.
So the person who might be looking for our stuff might have showed up this past weekend and says, well, I'm not going to go again for another 2-3 weeks. You know, so you got to be there. And then and like you said, once they see that you're there, then they come in and they buy. It's the same way like when I go to a convention. I mean, I get the dealers along with a lot of people. They come looking for my tables because they say, we want to make sure we see what you have first before we go to anybody else because you bring the weirdest stuff, the oddest stuff, the stuff that we don't expect to see. And they'll come running over to make sure that they see it first before they go anywhere else. So once they know that I'm there.
Yeah. And there's the key right there. Once they know you're there.
Yeah.
And you built that rep up for being the guy that has the weird and quirky stuff that nobody else has. Yep. And that's what people get impatient about. They don't wait. They don't build up their audience. They don't build up their customer base. They kind of just expect instant gratification.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened.
Right.
And it doesn't happen that way.
This is what I try to tell. I says, you know, you might do 3 or 4 shows that you're only going to make, let's say, $30, $40. Yeah. But then all of a sudden you're going to hit that show that you start making $100, $200, you know, and now you start saying, oh, okay. But why? Because now they know that you're there and they know you have this, that, and the other thing. You know, like when people pick on me and they say, we want the shirt off your back. And that's why I just wear generic stuff now. So that
I'm not taking off this shirt for you. I'm sorry.
You want the ones behind you. And it's like, no, it's there to block the light because Paul says I can't have light coming in behind me. And I got tired of having the Disney towel up there. And people are like, how much for the Disney towel? Like,
all right, I have a comment and I'm going to make a statement. Karina says that being a reseller is a tough job. And it is, especially if you're starting out and you haven't done it before as far as any platforms, whether it's eBay, Amazon, or whatever.
Yeah,
it is a lot of work from the time you have to start looking and buying to the listing and selling and packing and shipping and paperwork and, you know, the whole bookkeeping for your taxes. There is a lot of work involved in it. But to me, I'd rather do what I'm doing now than go out and work for somebody else and have to answer to someone else where I can make my own hours. I can do what I got to do, set my own goals where I don't have to answer to anyone else.
Your own boss.
But I do have a question now going back to Jerry. With your products that you have you ever or do you expect to ever do flea markets? And if you do, why? Or if you don't, why not?
For one, the flea markets that are here, Paul can tell you, they're mostly the crappy one. It's all the...
Hold on, I got something for the flea markets that are here close to us.
Touristy crowd. They're not going to come over here and buy, you know, $100 toy to bring back with them unless if, you know, they're buying it at Disney or Universal. If I was back up north,
what's the matter?
I would probably go back to the Raynham flea market because I did fine when I was there. You know, but like Paul says, once again, it depends on where you are. For over here, no. And I'm better off once the shows start back up again that I can just pile the stuff up in a van, take the hour drive or whatever to say Tampa's auditorium or whatever, and set up there for the weekend and, you know, blow out of a lot of stuff and then come home with half the truck filled.
Right. Well, like Bluegrass Anthony says, he sells bigger ticket items indoor flea markets. And I know we did go to a flea market. It was only open on Sundays. And when we went, they had the big building barn where you go inside with all the vendors. But then you had also the ones on the outside. And it is a big difference in product from inside and outside.
Yeah. So typically, those vendors inside are set up permanentely.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And I used to have a spot like that here. That was open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was an hour and a half away, but it was still, it's what I wanted to do. And I had an indoor 10 by 20 spot. But now today, that's going to be condos. They took it down and that's going to be condos. So it's hard to find a place like that. The closest one we have to where Jerry and I are here is Daytona, which for me is over 2 hours away. So it is the flea markets. There's one in between Jerry and I that if you're not packing heat, as they say, I wouldn't go, you know, or it's tough.
Hello, good morning and welcome, Miss Carol.
So and it's the same thing, you know, when you do a convention, you know, you can make more money if you get your stuff out to San Diego Comic-Con because you're going to get 120,000 people through the doors. But first, there's your cost for the booth, which is, I think, the lowest one. The last time I looked was $1,800, and that's for one 6-foot table.
Yeah.
So now you're saying it's $1,800 for the table. You got to spend a week in the hotel, which you're talking about another $2,000.
Yep.
Now you're at $4,000.
What do you say?
Then you got to go and ship your stuff out there. You know, so before you even make $1, you're already at $6,000 in the hole. So that means you got to make $12,000 before you see profit.
Right.
And if you can't look at your merchandise and say, I can make over $12,000, yeah, fine, I'll do it. But if not, you're wasting your time. It doesn't matter that you got 120,000 people coming in. You're not going to make your money, and you're going to take a big loss, and you can't keep doing that at shows because then it's a waste of your time.
All right, John,
and then all you do is get frustrated.
Do you do any type of flea markets, or do you strictly do your platforms that you sell on in your antique booths with Mary?
We don't have a really good flea market around us, so it hasn't been worth it for us to travel farther away to go to a decent flea market.
Right.
And this whole summer was kind of a void of whatever we could do from home, so they weren't having them anyway. So I have not done a flea market since I went full time.
Oh, okay. We have a few here, but we've only been to a few. I mean, I wasn't impressed, even if I was to want to do anything with the flea markets, because one of the ones we went to was all outdoor stuff, and it was dirt cheap, which was good because I was able to find a lot of good supply of products when I first started out here going on eBay and started selling more than what I had on my own inventory. Rob and I went to a couple of them, and it was like great because I was able to do a great inventory stuff at a cheaper price to be able to charge my profit. So you definitely have to look at it when you're doing that.
Yeah. Hi, Destiny.
Hello, Pixie.
Hello.
There was just
I saw the pixie dust in the back, and then you appeared magically.
It's a rough group.
So, Des, do you or Tommy do anything to do with flea markets in your area? I know y'all do eBay, but out of curiosity.
We used to have a flea market booth right around the corner from us because the flea market for us is just like right around the corner. And we had it for 3 years, and it just, you're already selling the stuff for cheap.
Yeah.
And people wanted it around here. People wanted it even cheaper.
Right.
And so it got to the point where we ended up getting too busy. And so we gave it up. And this year it was really weird. We had, I think, more sellers, it seemed.
I'm going up to somebody to make a comment about the background.
Oh.
I just want to bring it so they can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's wolves. I love my wolves.
And I'm going to go on for a quick because somebody said something about her shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make sure that everybody can see what they're asking about. So,
give the audience what they want.
Yes, right.
This year it seemed like there was a lot more sellers out here, but I don't know. We like going because we still have friends out there. And it's just things are getting they're doing eBay prices on a lot of things when that's not how it should be. And that much I have noticed. And it's crazy because they'll have the printout next to the item of eBay prices.
I've seen that at some yard sales.
What's that?
I've seen that at some yard sales.
Yeah,
put it like next to a piece of jewelry or something. See, on eBay, it's selling for this. And I'm like, well, I'm thrilled that it's selling for that. Go on eBay with it then.
Even at antique malls, I'll see where somebody will take and do a printout on something. And when I go to look at it, it's like, yeah, that might be what they're asking. But selling-wise, I look at what's sold. And if it's not even near that, it's like, no, you're not even giving me anything to go with, And a lot of people don't realize that.
And Tommy has actually told people when he's seen, and this is hilarious, he'll see the eBay printout, right? And he'll look at him and say, so is that what they're asking or is that what it's sold for? And they kind of look at him like, huh? Like there's a difference? Well, yeah, there's a huge difference. And it's quite funny, actually, how the looks on their face when Tommy's like, it's actually going for this. This is what it's sold for. This is what somebody's asking for. There's a huge difference. And I'm only going to give you this much. And I'm just like.
And then you add in like in 30 days, can I bring it back?
Yeah, right.
Stuff like that.
Tommy's actually told people if you want to get that price for it, you already have the printout for eBay. Just go list it on eBay because you're not going to get around here.
Got pretty much everything you need. Yeah.
He's afraid to. He's not afraid to say what other people are thinking. So
for me, I did not think about doing any flea markets right now because of the fact that what's going on. But when Robert and I did go to a few of the flea markets that we were able to go to last year before all that started, I wasn't too thrilled at the conditions of the places where they have these flea markets. But again, I did find a lot of great priced items that I was able to flip. So it all depends on your location, like I was saying earlier, and which I was saying. You definitely have to do your homework. And in your case, like you were saying, Jerry, you have to be there for years. Like Dawn and Paul was saying, you have to be repetitious and do it over and over and longer than that just to have somebody catch you and say, okay, I like this person. Let me come back and check on that person.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing when you go to certain places, even flea markets. it's amazing on what they charge some of this stuff. And last year we did really well on a lot of the flea markets we went to, and a couple of them were even doing like bundle deals. Like I bought a whole lot of different types of baseball gloves. I'm like down to 1 or 2 left of that whole lot I bought.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
I'm still selling it, but you just never know the market for it when you go to do that. You have to be able to try to buy in bulk. And some people are willing to do that.
You know,
Pixie, Pixie, aren't you in Pennsylvania?
no.
Oh,
We're in Wisconsin.
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 Wisconsin, don't you know?
Yeah.
No, that's.
Well, I'm supporting your state because I just bought some cheese at shopping the other day. So I'm supporting your state.
Wait, can I claim? Okay, so I was born in Florida, so I'm actually from Florida, and Tommy's from Wisconsin.
Okay, that's funny because 2/3 of the people that live in Florida aren't from Florida.
Yeah, it's true. Tamara made a good comment. Yellow Brick Road. She says, "I call out this local thrift place because they were having eBay price printouts on their items, and I told them that eBay has 1 billion of buyers, and our town is very rural.
Yeah,
so that's true. That's what they don't realize.
Unless they were asking under, like they're selling it for 25 and it's on eBay for 50, then I would do that and say, look, ours is less expensive.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I can see. You know, if you did something like that, then I would say, okay, they're trying to say, hey, you can save money by buying here.
Yeah. Plus, if you buy 1 pack, I'll throw in another pack for $5 if you do an extra $5.
Right,
exactly. That's how you do it, buddy.
Yeah, because she was selling the hell out of those. What was it again? Those something cards.
Magic the Gathering.
The Gathering cards. And one day she was doing it where every time that they would go up a couple of dollars, she would add another bag.
Yeah.
And she sold them correct.
Oh,
but you have to be able to work it with it because no matter if it's flea markets, garage sales, estates, no matter where you go to buy something for reselling, you have to be able to be willing to make a bundle deal with something. And a lot of times if you go too high, you're just not going to sell it and have any meat on the bone for anyone who's reselling.
But see, that's why I always say when someone comes to buy something from me and they say, well, and I say, look, it looks better in your house than it does in mine, so buy it.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Tommy's teaching me little by little. I like to sit back and let him work his magic because I'm telling you, he's got some voodoo going on in him because he's able to get things down really, really cheap.
Yeah.
And maybe not, the word voodoo may not work, but he's got that gift. And there's a few items that he's like, nope, it's your turn. And I was just like, oh crap. I'm like, I don't have that gift. That's why I'm not a reseller. I just help him wherever he needs and go from there.
Amy makes a good point here. She says, sometimes it's better just to make a fast dime than it is to make a slow nickel.
Tommy uses that all the time. That's the saying he uses all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better that, you know, like I said, you know, I take something like, you know, like this. Yeah, okay. It cost me, say, $12. I put it out for 20. Someone says, I'll give you 15. Here you go.
Okay, real quick. Somebody has a YouTube channel open. You're echoing. It was when Jerry was talking.
I don't.
I was hearing it for a little bit there.
Yeah, I heard it.
You
know, I don't
know,
hear it now.
I'd rather get rid of the stuff because that's what I'm there for. Whether it's on one of these auction channels, or if I'm on Facebook doing it, or if I'm at a convention, I want as much gone as possible. So that way, instead of it taking me 2 hours, like where it took me 2 hours to unload and set up everything, I'd rather have it take me 45 minutes to break down and put everything back into the truck and get out of there.
Right.
You know,
Get out of there.
You know, and that's it. And that's the thing that I like about doing the auctions, whether it's on here or on Facebook, is my stuff is already here. I don't have to pack up anything. I don't have to drive somewhere. It's set up a camera. Here I am, buy my stuff. There it goes. I'm done.
Well, like Backroad Bitter Chuck says, holy cow, I just came in late and I find I'm missing a huge party. Actually, it is actually a good topic today because it started about doing things like either online auctions and or we've started talking about the flea markets. And so that is what we're talking about in this particular topic, because as I say every morning, you just never know what topic we'll talk about. But again, for those who are either new into the system with eBaying or online, you just never know if somebody has a question or a topic of something they're thinking about. And once it gets started in the chat, then other people are starting to get involved and react and communicate with in the chat. And that's what I look forward to, because you just never know what topic we're going to hit on that particular day. Hello and welcome to Thrifting Goomba. Good to see you. I think a fast nickel and a slow dime.
Yeah. But you get either way.
That I'm just doing the last run of shows, and that's it.
Now, going back to the auctions online, I do want to make a comment about that, because I tell this to a lot of people when I'm starting out or teaching them or showing them, and they are doing this for the first time. Even though they don't sell during the auction, I bring most of my stuff on at least 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't sell, I'll turn around in the next week. I'm listing everything that didn't sell on eBay. For example, last week I was showing these puzzles. Now, I did get it for free, so I really had no cost into it. And I brought it to the auction, and no one purchased it. And I had it going for $10 starting bid. But because no one purchased it, and I did show it twice, and nobody purchased it, I was happy, because then I turned around and listed it on eBay. That very next morning, I woke up, and not only did it sell, it sold for $38. So from 10 to 38, I do try to bring things to the auction that I know that can be a lot of meat on the bones, because it was a 1,000-piece puzzle. But a lot of people aren't looking for that at this particular time. Again, I sell really well even in the fourth quarter and thereafter, puzzles and games. And so when you don't know that might sell, but you're looking at cost and comp, it's just a chance you're taking. So you have to take it with a grain of salt, and don't take it to where you get upset about it, because someone out there will sell it and buy it from you, no matter who or where.
It might be long tail, but it'll happen.
Exactly. Never ending saga. Hello, and good morning.
That's like me. If you ever see me at an auction, I'm always taking from this side, and then if it doesn't go, it goes to this side.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then after about a month, then I'll pull something that was here, that sat here for a month, and I say, well, now this is basically new again. Let me try it. If not, then it just goes back in the tote, and it goes back to the storage unit. I'm like,
that's Victoria. Hello, and welcome, and good morning, and it's so good to see you in the chat. Also, don't forget to do me a favor. While we're just sitting around chatting, if you would, please make sure you're subscribed. And don't forget to hit the all notification of the bells of all notifications at the top. There's 3. Make sure you hit the top one so you don't miss out on any videos and or lives that we do during the week. As well as do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. And also don't forget to make comments, because I didn't say it this morning. Our first, if you're first in the chat when we go live, I do pie points. And so your name gets put in a wheel for the first Monday of the following month, and I do drawings for boxes of moon pies. And if you are the first one to make a comment when the videos go live and the comment section comes up on the videos, and if you do, yes, Wendy was the first one today. Oh, Wendy, did she send you your information yet?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
It was Friday, so I already had everything picked up. So now hers is going out today.
Yeah, she won that on the
Get those moon pies, baby.
So yeah, you do get moon pie points, and then that way I'll do the drawing on the first Monday of the following month. And as many times you come in, it doesn't matter. Your name will be put on the wheel that many times. So,
and the most important thing of all of that you just said, Johnny, is share this show with people you think that might be interested in it.
I was just going to say that next.
Because that's the only way it's going to grow.
Yeah, exactly. Because this Saturday coming is going to be my 1-year mark of being on YouTube, and it has been a great blessing for me, because I've grown so much in a way that I have a lot of people that come in the chat support. They're showing the support and love to the chat, along with those who share. So definitely thank you for doing that, and also thank you for this last year. And being that said, I want to make sure and let everybody know, everyone who were guests for us on our auctions, and you were up until, I want to say, the second week of December, you should have gotten an email this past weekend. And just to let you know, we're not quitting forever. We are taking a step back from doing our online auctions on Wednesday nights and Fridays right now, because we need to regroup, reevaluate, and then come back with something better and stronger for the channel. And so with Queen needing to get some time off because she's working, she needs to have things done for herself too. And so we definitely need to take a step back for a few. And so we will be coming back. It's not going forever, but we are taking a step back to kind of evaluate so we can revamp and come back bigger and stronger. And of course, that's part of my New Year for the second year in my YouTube channels. I want to continuously grow it. So again, you never know when we do a pop-up. So that's why it's important not only to share it out, but also make sure you hit the notification so you don't miss anything when we do come out.
Exactly.
That is so funny you said that, because that's one of the things I was talking about on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Sunday? About changing it up a little. And I just had to look to see when my anniversary is on YouTube.
Okay, so Victoria, she's fairly new with us. Do me a favor and make sure you do drop your links to your channel, and or if you sell on any particular platform, especially like those who do things on eBay or any other platform, put those links in the chat so everybody that's new in the chat can go and check out your channel and also check out what you're selling on your platforms, because that does help others who are starting out that's new to it and seeing what is being sold and what's being listed, so they can look for it when they're out there sourcing.
Jennifer's doing a great job, but she can't do it all.
No, she can't. That's true. So definitely do it yourself. And also, by the way, I want Desmond to talk about it a little bit, because you did do a video Saturday or Friday night.
Friday night.
Starting today, in my descriptions of the video, you will see all the links to the Des and the Bargain Effects and Jaslyn and their eBay store and their tryouts. If you want to not say tryouts, but they're doing the Mask Singer YouTube style. And if you're interested and want to participate, there's the link below of the particular video they did. That way you can go and check it out. And it's something that's going to be doing starting January 1st. So if you're interested in wanting to do that and have fun with it, check it out. And so Des will talk a little bit about that real quick. Wings of Love.
Okay, but keep me small, Johnny. Don't make me big.
Mary from good morning, found for you, Mary. Hello and welcome. I won't.
So I did drop the link down
There's
below,
the link.
or into the chat for that actual video. But I do have an exciting announcement.
Woo-hoo.
We got our first submission, right? That's the word. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we have our first audio upload that we were sent. Well, Tommy was sent, because I'm actually not going to know who anybody is. Only Tommy's going to know who's singing. So we invite everybody who loves to sing, be good or bad, to come and join the singing competition that we have going on. And it actually, most of the all the information is in that video, but we're going to start at January 1st of 2021. That gives people plenty of time to get through the holidays and do what they need to do. But we need to have, if you want to be involved in the show, then we need to have your first 2 songs submitted by December 18th. So that gives Tommy time to do what he needs to do on his end. And all we need is a voice recording with a karaoke song. It has to be a karaoke song. Plus, wait, hold on. Plus, my brain just went.
So it's not video, just audio?
Yeah, it
yep, it has to be a karaoke version of the song of you singing.
Okay,
it has to be your own voice. What's
that? A lot of equipment somebody has to bring into the shower with them, isn't it?
If you have to do it there.
Real quick, if you're doing it and you're not sure.
Our first submission was done on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They recorded it on the phone.
It has to be. If you're doing a karaoke CD, it has to be CD plus G. That way you can do it in karaoke style. So that's what you need to look for when you're doing the karaoke, in case if you've never purchased a CD before and you're interested in wanting to do that when you're looking for karaoke songs, it has to be in the form of CD plus G.
That way you get the lyrics.
Correct. You only get the lyrics, but you don't get the actual words to it. You'll get the song or the music behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find karaoke music and songs and stuff on YouTube. That's what I do. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can just type in the song you want, put karaoke behind it, and it pops it up, and there you go.
Yeah.
That's
welcome, Gary.
I do that all the time.
I didn't even know that was on there. I know what's his name again? Not West. Yeah, I think it is Wesley. He does a karaoke video on a regular basis where he does a lot of bar type sceneries with a green room in the back or whatever, and he does a lot out on his channel. Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, it's going to be fun. I can't even say it's supposed to be fun. It is going to be fun. And the rest of the rules are in the link or on the video where I got the link. So I'm excited. I mean, when I woke up this morning and Tommy's like, we got our first submission, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the name of the guy that I was talking about, his name is Wendell. He does a lot of karaoke music on his channel, but it's something to do with, he does something that's called the copyright, where he gives credit to the people that he uses on his karaoke.
Attributions?
Yeah, that.
Okay, Tommy says it's attributions, and I probably said that right without murdering it.
Marini says, oh, my grandbaby would love to do that, but she doesn't get her karaoke machine until Christmas. It's not going to start till the 1st. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The 18th, yeah.
To the 18th, yeah.
So you might want to check the YouTube.
You know, and it's open. It's open to all ages. It is open to YouTubers or non-YouTubers. It's open to everybody. And so far, you know, Tommy's got a lot of emails of people who want to join, which is awesome. And it just, the list just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So this is pretty exciting for me because I love The Masked Singer, and I was like, we need to do something like this. And
that is definitely different. That's one thing.
I don't know why you wouldn't have everybody doing it. I mean, I would even do it for that $500,000 prize that you're giving away. That would be awesome.
I better win that $500,000, man.
Yeah.
No, there will be a prize at the end. There will be a prize at the end, and Tommy's thinking, have you decided if you're going to go live once a week and still like promote it and stuff?
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh yeah,
just do some short promotions.
Okay, so
hi, Tommy.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the computer. He's working.
Let Chuck know about. He says they're looking forward to watching the singers.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, it's going to be.
It's just as important as the participants because they're the ones that are going to decide who moves on.
Should I just flip the camera?
I want to say real quick, in case Parina didn't hear it, if you're not having a karaoke machine itself, Des was saying that you can find the music that you're looking for maybe on YouTube, as long as it's karaoke style.
Yep, you type it in YouTube. You can do it on your computer, and you can record with your phone. Oh, I got a lot of blue on my phone. You can record with your phone. That's
no fancy equipment. If anybody has any problems finding a song, karaoke version of a song, just email me. Let me know. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, Tommy's the Google king.
So is it at the end of every show you pick one? You're going to Wisconsin.
Yeah, right? That would be fun.
Totally.
But yeah, there will be one person eliminated. The first show, I'm trying to remember because he explained it to me, and I'm still kind of trying to wake up a little bit, not enough coffee. So maybe he can explain it. The first show is not going to be.
When in doubt, go check the video.
The beginning of next week's show will do the elimination of last week's competition.
Does that make sense? Okay, so the very first show, there will not be an elimination. But there will be the following week because we give 24 hours after it has been posted for people to vote and the comments. And so then we'll tally it up.
All of this is you do not have to see no one's going to have any extravagant costumes, but they can use an avatar, right?
All you have to do is send a voice recording of you singing with the karaoke music, and Tommy will do the rest.
Yeah.
Now, is it just the one song that you got to do, or is it every time you move forward, you got to do a different one?
The first, when you sign up, we need 2 songs. So we have them ready right away for 2 weeks. And then if you move to the next round, we need to have your next song as soon as possible. So that way.
That's why you should submit 2 songs at first. So that way you're covered.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just let them know which one you want for the first week. And if you don't get eliminated, the one for the second week.
Yep. And then you just, if you move on, every time you move on, you'll need to submit. But the very first show or the very first start of it, you have to have 2 songs submitted.
Yeah.
So that way we can keep it moving.
And let me know.
Cha-Cha says she's back, but Susanna is safe now. What is she? Was something happen? I must have missed something in the chat. I hope she's okay.
She's her protecting spirit.
I think she was saying something about some bad weather or something. That's all I caught earlier.
Okay, so Tommy says if you have any questions, if you're confused, just email him or hit him up on Instagram, and he'll answer any questions that you guys have.
And you can also email him at departmentofsex@gmail.com.
Yes, and I'm hoping that I did not confuse anybody.
And if in doubt,
I do that. Not
He did fine.
If in doubt, the link to that video they did is in the descriptions below. Just go ahead and go to the video, and everything that they talked about in the video about what you have to do and the rules and regulations of how they're looking at doing this is in that link in the description below the video.
And I did drop Tommy's email into the chat. Oh, that went blurry. So that if you have any questions, just hit him up.
Now,
and
Paul, you doing a show today?
What's that?
You doing some show today?
Me?
Paul.
Yes. Oh, Paul?
Oh, both of y'all.
Both of y'all.
Anybody?
I am. I'm going to do our regular Monday. I think I'm just going to continue the conversation from Saturday right now, and then we'll do it again then.
And that's at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, talk about stuff. Because the last time I was on with you, people were saying, well, a couple of people, I wish Paul would talk about how to set up a wholesale account.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a little bit of that today too.
Okay.
And also, anything.
If Kevin, Neverending Saga, are you still in the chat? Before you say anything, Des, hold on a second.
Yep.
Kevin, let me know you're in the chat, please, if you are. Yeah, he is. Well, his name's showing up in the chat.
You might kind of ran off
listening. Okay, Des, we had a conversation on one of his shows this weekend about that, and I referred you to him, and I think you put him in the chat. I wasn't sure. Talk a little bit about your show this evening, because we were talking about it in his channel this weekend on his show, and we gave your name. So go ahead and tell him a little bit about yourself, so he can definitely now put the name with the face. Hello, Brandon. Welcome.
Okay, so I am the Shamrock Pixie, aka Des. My channel is a mental health safe place channel where we every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We get together, and it's for people who struggle with mental health or people who love people who struggle, like they have a loved one who struggles. So what I do is I give people a safe place to come open up, hang out, discuss things that they have gone through during the week to where it's, like been triggered for them, talk about their good portions of what they went through during the week. But it is a safe place for people with mental health that we just get together and hang out, talk. Tonight, we're actually going to be talking more about ECT. And so it is a treatment that is used for mental health. And so we're gonna talk a little bit more about that today or tonight, because I really want people to understand what it is, instead of trying to think of how to put it without it sounding horrible, being told that it's a great thing and then finding out that it's not such a great thing. So I want people to see the pros and cons of it. And ECT is electroconvulsion therapy. And so I was actually going to be going through those treatments, but then I have an awesome person in my life that did some research and was like, So I want to bring awareness to it. I want people to understand what it is before they make that final decision and going forth with it. And so I do know people who have been through it, which I didn't realize. And so it explains a lot on how they are now than what they were before. So it's a very big thing for me, and I really want people to understand it and know what it is, because a lot of people don't know what it is. And back in the day, they called it electroshock therapy. And so, so we're going to be touching base on that tonight, and I want to bring awareness to it. So I feel it's important. Very important. Welcome back.
I have to give me some water.
So, but that's what my channel's about, is mental health.
Mary, and go ahead and talk about your channel that you do with Mary, Dawn and Mary, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon, Mary and I take to YouTube for an hour and discuss everything. I don't think there's, within reason, of course, but it's not always reseller. It's not always reseller focused or keyed. It's just about our day, about our week, what's going on, and people come in and kind of chit chat, and we have people pop on. Paul's been on, Jerry's been on. I don't think Destinie's been on yet. You've been on, Johnny. I think Kathy's been on. So
I don't think I have.
Have you?
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
I've been in chat.
You're in the chat, yeah. But, so people just pop in and yak about things, and we go off topic, and we go way off topic sometimes. We'll start out talking about, I don't know, the car not running right, and then we are often talking about candy bars. It's a weird thing.
And if you ever have Carolyn on your show, you never know where that conversation is going.
That's true. Yeah. There's a blooper reel there just waiting to happen, let me tell you. But yeah, so it's just a lighthearted midday break. It gets your mind off your troubles and off of reselling for an hour.
Exactly.
So that's what we do.
Lego Man says, "Did I share my good news with you all?" No. What is it? Let us know. You still in high school?
I got an A on my paper.
Yeah.
Carol needs to do a late night show. Late night show.
Late, yeah.
We gave her an idea, and I thought she was going to run with it, which was Tata Tuesday.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
She didn't take it.
Or swinging on the pole or something like that.
Well, look here, Victoria. Hello. Adventures in Reselling. Good. Well, it's still good morning.
Still good morning. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, I got a college offer for full paid tuitions.
Wow.
Oh, congratulations.
Hold on. I got something for that.
He's got something for that.
That is great, Brandon.
Which college, Brandon?
There you go.
What college, Brandon?
Harvard, Yale.
No pressure there, boys. Harvard. Yeah. Hey, any college at this point is a deal.
Hey, I went to Harvard.
Really?
Yeah, walking down the halls, I said, "What are you doing here? Get the hell out
of here." Exactly.
Let's see, Susanna, but the internet is in and out with electricity. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay in that area. That is awesome, Brandon. See, I'm working hard for it, and it's a 4-year private college here in Iowa. Cool.
Very good.
What are you going to study, Brandon?
How to build better Legos.
Maybe he's going to get his business degree. There you go.
That is awesome. That is so good to hear.
Yeah, congrats. That's super.
Yeah, because Robert went to college on a full paid scholarship as well. Yeah. That can definitely help. Communications or journalism.
Wow.
Oh, great. Even better.
That's what my nephew did. And now he's also working for a radio station as a voiceover for commercials and things at a radio station. He's got like 2 or 3 jobs.
Nice.
Really well, yeah.
I always wanted to do voices for cartoons and stuff.
Right.
That was one of my, what do they call it? Dream jobs.
Tommy went to a school for journalism. Maybe that's why he's so good at being able to find things that other people can't, information-wise.
Hello, and welcome, Miss Mary. Yes, we do have a full house. And that's one thing I love about it, because you just never know what topics we're going to talk about. And when questions come up in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's great that everybody is part of the chat. And you never know when somebody's got a question. and they don't want to ask what somebody else says or talks about it, and it helps them decide what they're thinking of, what they want to do. And don't forget this week, even though Thanksgiving is Thursday, always be mindful and thankful of something in your life. But also this week, if you saw the thumbnails already, I will be live every day this week, including Thanksgiving and the day after on Black Friday.
Woohoo!
Yes.
So turkey's in the oven, Johnny's online.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing a full turkey this year. We're doing a turkey breast that I bought that was like the whole half part of the breast, part of the turkey.
Yes, Susanna. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes.
I feel old now. Guess what's happening on Friday?
What?
Black Friday?
Your birthday.
My daughter turns 13.
What?
Damn.
Thursday all day for my that's right. Kevin did talk about that last night. What he's going to do is he's basically going to be on all day long. And if anybody just wants to go in and talk about something, say hello or whatever, he'll be doing that all day Thursday.
Des, how old are you?
I'll be 41 in February. I just realized.
You're not supposed to ask that.
My son is 37. So talk about feeling old.
Yes, Brandon, don't miss your class.
I mean, I had my kids later. I had my son at 26 and my daughter at 27. And so they're 18 months apart.
Wow.
And he's going to be 15 in March. The time is going by too fast.
It does.
Too fast.
It definitely does.
I don't know. I can't believe she's going to be 13 already.
All right, I got to make a comment about this one. I just noticed about what Brandon said. He says, now I'm having to have a whole bunch of jewelry to sell before I go to college because I can't take it all with me. We were talking about that a week or so ago, and I bought some stuff from him on one of the auctions he was on. And they do an auction every Sunday with Miss Carol. And so I bought a lot of stuff with him. And the next thing you know, he's in the chat buying stuff. And so everybody's cooking with him. We thought you were trying to get rid of it all. And here he is.
It's a disease.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
It's like collecting. I need that figure. I need that figure.
Wait, Paul, how old are you?
I'm going to be 62 in April.
You what?
62.
No way.
In April. In April, I'll be 62.
I know, Brandon. I got to mess with you.
Remember, guys, it's a childlike, not childish.
Right.
No, it's both.
Color works a lot. I figured way back, about 10 years ago, I said, if women can color their hair, I can dye my beard. Because if not, it'll be just as white as Johnny's. Then I
do not want to pay for that kind of stuff because I just don't need it. I'm not happy with that.
It's $10. It's $7.97.
It doesn't matter. That's $7.97. I can spend on something else.
To him. That's all.
Wait, did you say 5'2" or 6'2"?
He said
6. 6'2". April 6'2". I was born in 1959.
She's having a hard time with this. Des, I'll be 60 in December.
Me too.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't think that either.
Yeah.
We're both December babies.
Hey, that's why we get along, Jer.
Yeah.
That's why we get along.
Paul's going to be 62, and Dawn says she's 60.
Well, in December.
In December.
She's aging me now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My brain can't comprehend this.
It's okay.
Now with that whole how messy.
You should say it from our side. We don't feel that way.
Paul.
Yeah. So you'll never have that.
Like you guys are that age.
We don't act that age.
You'll never have that conversation with your kid. Yeah, I can remember when there was only 3 TV stations and we had to get up and change the channel. And then we got UHF. That was a big thing.
Oh, I love that you were lucky that you had brothers and sisters because one of them would have to hold the rabbit ears to get the signal.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Good morning and hello and welcome Space Gallery. Hello and welcome. And Miss Carol says she's 65.
And then,
wow.
And then there's also that you left your house and never said, "Oh shoot, I gotta go back and get my cell phone." No, the phone.
That's true. They don't have that problem either.
And whoever called.
Yeah. Or your parents always said, make sure you leave a nickel or a dime in your pocket in case you had to make a phone call.
Take a quarter with you or whatever.
Okay, I just want to make one comment. I want to be able to age so beautifully like you guys because you
Are
guys
you kidding me?
I still can't process your ages. It's like you guys don't look.
You don't want to be that old. I tell everybody being old is highly overrated. The only thing that grows is your medical bills.
Yeah. No, I already have that. The medical bills already have that. So
Kevin says, correction, Paul. In 2 days, is 2 days older than dirt.
No, he isn't, because I was there to tell God what color to make dirt. Okay.
Good to know. Now we know who to blame.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Wow. I'm sorry.
It's
You're
true.
just a baby, Destiny.
Some days I feel it more than others, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's that picture of in the mirror?
Hold on. All right. You want to see the gift I just got my wife for Christmas?
What?
What?
A nice gift I got my wife for Christmas.
Is your wife watching?
She's right here wearing it.
Oh, okay. Well, then she knows about it. Go. Aw, that's lovely.
You finally proposed to her?
Yep.
It's a cheetah head?
Careful, babe.
It's an owl, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
it's a leopard.
Leopard.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
That's
cool.
Those are all genuine diamonds.
Nice.
That's
nice.
I forget what's the eyes?
Emerald.
Emerald eyes.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
How long you been married?
Karat gold, right? 18 karat gold.
Wow.
How long you been married?
Too long.
Oh, no, Gary.
I think
Not the answer.
Damn, there's a good Christmas gift.
Not the answer.
That is not the right answer when she's in the same space with you.
Oh, I said yes to her.
The not long enough is the right answer.
I just actually turned 54 this year, so I'm 54. I mean, everybody's saying their age. It don't matter to me. It's just a number.
It don't matter to me.
Gary says just subbed space 8. Congratulations on your 800 subs. Space.
Cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, that
See,
is a good thing.
Honestly, I am thankful to be the age that I am because I almost wasn't going to be able to celebrate my birthday. So I'm very grateful for that.
Wow.
So I look at my birthday and age differently, I guess, because of what I went through. So
yeah, for sure.
I hope I can age beautifully like the rest of y'all, because I'm telling you.
She's 70 years old, and let's see, they have long for rotary phones.
No, she said back in the 70s.
Right, back in the 70s. Okay.
Yep, I remember those.
Yeah. And it's funny thing, there was a commercial not that long ago where they were having 2 kids in a room, and they couldn't come out until they figure out how to or use a rotary phone. And it was so funny in the video and how they did different things and didn't even know what to do, nothing. That was pretty funny.
Wow. Yeah, I remember back in the day when it was a big thing to get the long extra cord for your phone.
Oh, yeah.
So you could sit on
the phone's on one side and the stove is in the middle of the room and you have to go check on your dinner that you're cooking or whatever. Yeah.
So, Johnny, go ahead.
I do remember the phones that you had to go like this with and wait. My friend had one growing up because her parents were really, really old.
You were considered high tech when you got the push button one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The rotary ones are worth the amount today if you have to get the Bakelite ones.
Yeah. And the funny thing was when they came out with the little cord untangler, where it would spin around so it wouldn't tangle on you.
Oh, yeah.
I hated that because my mom would make me take the thing off and untwine it and put it back up every day.
Game changer. So what you do is you go up in your attic, find all these antiques or vintage things, and as a lockdown activity for your kids, make an escape room.
Exactly.
Oh, that might not work in our house. My daughter's way too smart.
Well, I think it's somebody that's in the chat now posted on their Facebook page. They said, "Wow, they still have these." He was in, or she was in, a casino in Vegas, and there's still a wall with payphones on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know which casino it was.
I was reading online. There's only like around
all the payphones on the wall.
Country.
I don't remember which casino we were in when.
The funny thing too is when I was a kid, my grandmother, even though she had the rotary, back in the areas back then, they only had 4 digits to dial a phone number with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Weird.
So Chuck says we have a yellow rotary phone hanging in our kitchen. It's not connected, just an antique for display. That is awesome.
Well, a lot of systems won't do rotary anymore. You can't get. They don't recognize the.
Yeah.
It's got to be toned.
If you have a 9, you have to go all the way around. Let it come back before you dial the next number. Yeah.
I remember
000. Crap.
I remember when my friend, because her parents were much older, her mom was like 40 something when she had her. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so that's the phone that they had in their house. When she came over to my house for the first time and she had to call her parents, she had no idea how to use a push button phone because that's what she grew up on, was doing this, you know? And so I had to dial her mom and dad's number for her because she had no idea how to use it. She was like, why doesn't it spin? And I'm like, because that's not in the phone it is.
Well, I remember Samby was talking about cable. I remember back in the day where we had one person at the kitchen, the door to go outside, one by the side of the house, one on the back of the house so where you could tell everybody what's going on, and then the one actually turning the antenna pole to try to get that right little area where you don't have all that static on your TV. That was back in the day as well, yeah.
I remember having to hold the antennas.
And out the door and out the window, yeah. With aluminum foil holding at the end of it.
I was little.
Hoping there was no lightning outside.
My same friend that had the phone, she also is the one that introduced me to records and record players because that's what her parents got her. Yes. And because of that, I fell in love with records and record players.
What else did she introduce you to?
When the converters first came out, so you can get above the 13 channels of UHF.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Des, what else did she introduce you to?
Cheeky little thought process there.
Since we're just talking about everything, you know.
I don't. It was a different way of life than I ever knew existed. So her mom made everything from scratch. And so I learned, I would watch and I was just like, ooh, that looks too long. My mom had this mixer that you plugged in the little paddles, you plugged it in the wall and, but no, her mom did everything by hand. Her oven, I remember her oven and her stove was so different for me because they weren't connected. It was just it was a whole different, I loved going to their house because we would sit around the table and her parents would tell us stories about when they were growing up, and then after we would eat dinner, and then, we'd go in her room and she would put on the records and we'd dance around with our hairbrushes. And it was a very relaxing time for me growing up. Yeah, it was very simple for me. I didn't have to worry about my brothers. Her mom used, so I didn't know this for the longest time. There was a door that was connected in their bathroom, but it was a long hallway, and she had wash basins in there. And she actually had the board that you would wash clothes. So certain clothes she would constantly wash by hand. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad for a washer and dryer. I couldn't do that. But it was just a very different, they grew up differently than my parents did, and they were so much older. But it was such a blast for me to be able to go over and hang out with her.
Yeah.
It was like going from back in time, I guess.
Right.
Like a time machine.
Also, don't forget today at 1:00, Never Ending Saga Kevin and T from Hemlock Lady, and also James and Callie Picker. They're doing a live at 1 o'clock today, so definitely check that out, and see what they're going to be talking about there. And that's going to be at 1 o'clock.
Cool.
Yeah,
hello, Callie.
Berlini was saying she had the big Mickey Mouse phone.
Yeah, that in Garfield was pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised on how much they're selling for on eBay.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's one. I have another one that's coming
Speaking
in.
of Mickey.
Was that the push? Yeah, that's got to be push button.
Yeah, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah. If it was the dial type, I think it'd be in his base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think I have the rotary one coming in. I just bought.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
That is cool. Stay away from the frozen one, James. Oh, the frozen door now. Okay, yeah. Guys showing up. Well, hopefully everything goes well for you, James. We had the style handset with a dial. Oh, we had that style handset with a dial. Is that the one you said you needed to come in, Paul?
What was that?
Robert said he remembers having that same style handset with a dial.
Yeah, they made 4 different Mickey phones like that.
Yeah.
The one that the headset was on the back, the one where the rotary was the base, and I forget the other one. Oh, the other one he's holding it in his hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the smaller ones were the princess phones, weren't they? The little smaller handheld ones.
Somebody else said they had a princess phone. She wished they would have kept.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was that said it. Chuck says he's got the dollars. Paul, let him have it with no problem.
Let him have it.
Where did it go? Somebody was saying, oh yeah, Gary says, what's the starting bid on the phone?
I'm not selling this one.
Showing it off. You're gonna get people.
Although the next one I bought, it came in a box. It has a box.
Perini that says she had the princess phone and wish she would have kept it.
You know what else I bought at an auction, months ago, is remember when we used to buy stamps, you would put the quarters in, push the button and pull it out, and the stamp would come out.
Oh, yes, and it would come on a card, yeah.
I bought one of those machines.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, really. So, are you going to be putting that in your basement, or what you doing with that one? Just
I have it on the shelf in another room.
Oh, okay.
Just as a display piece.
Well, have a great day, Space Gallery, and congratulations on your 800 subs. Okay. It was started from $1.50. Robertson for $2. Westside Gary's in for $3. Did we see $5?
We got an auction.
It was like Brandon the other day. We weren't auctioning Saturday, but Brandon got in 18 pounds of cards.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And Kat D says, how much you want for the whole box?
And the funny part, last night you were in the auction that they were doing, and he kept going around your statement saying you wanted the cards, and then finally when you went out and said, I'm out of here, he said, well, Paul, I'm bringing the cards on.
Yeah. And I have to admit, the Max and Deb,
I love them.
To give away the stuff like that for free, it's pretty incredible that they do that. And I felt so odd, like I didn't buy anything. I won twice now. It's like, you don't have to give me anything, seriously. No, we like doing it, and it's very nice of them to do that.
Yeah. Hello and welcome, James from Storage Scavenger. How you doing today? Well, the thing about that one is too, she also gives away a lot. In fact, I just got it ready to be listed. She actually, I wound up winning a eBay hat, still brand new with the tags on it. And they've been doing eBay for over 25 years. So she wound up getting a lot of free stuff that they send her. So not only do they do the extra stuff that they have, because they do a lot of bulk buy stuff, that's why they do that, just to get rid of some of the stuff, because she's trying to get rid of a lot of her stuff. And that's why some of it she just does it in a drawing. If you're making a comment in the chat while they're doing the auction, and then of course Brandon does the wheel. For every $50 you spend, he spins a wheel. And I have to say this, for every time I've spent, I've only had one time that I hit the $5 mark. Every other time it was always the $10 spot. On every time I bought from them. And then, of course, Miss Carol, she does it where she does a number depending on how many people are in the chat at that time. And she'll give away a piece of jewelry or something that as long as you pick the number and she writes it down. And that's how you have one chance to do it in the chat. So, yeah, that's why they do that every Saturday. Oh, Sunday at 5. Yeah, at 4.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff from eBay when they did that. I got a charger, a charging bank that says eBay on it, and a mouse, T-shirts, stuff like that.
I got SWAT. I didn't get anything. I'm kind of bummed. I don't know why. They just didn't think I was that person. Stickers and hats and things I don't really need, but you know how you are. Right. It's like, oh, gosh.
The thing about that 25-year thing they just did recently, they had this thing where they sent you an invite, and if you filled out all the information and you did it before a certain date, you got this little care package or swag bag or whatever you call it. I never got that.
We didn't either.
Yeah, never got it.
Yeah, and I did everything like they said to do before. Verify your account, do all this stuff, and then it never happened. So, yeah.
It's okay. I didn't need the crap anyway. It's just like,
exactly.
Really
it's nice to have. It's nice to be thought of or to have. I don't even know where I put mine.
Exactly. Also, don't forget to put your links in the chat so everybody can check to make sure they're subscribed to you. James said he is 9 away from 900. Wow. Dang. That is awesome.
Dang. That's amazing.
That is. James Westside says he's almost at 1K. That is awesome.
Wow, man, that's huge.
So don't forget to put your links in the chat so everybody can double check to make sure they're still subscribed to you, because we know how YouTube is sometimes. So definitely make sure you still subscribe and make sure you hit the notifications so you don't miss any videos.
And watch YouTube's terms of service, the new update.
Yeah, they just did a new update. Yep, you're right.
Because being monetized now for little channels, like most of us are, is not such a great thing anymore.
Well, they're
going to end up putting ads on anyway, but we're not going to get revenue from it. There's a lot of things they changed.
Wow.
So
I didn't read it, they're not monetized yet.
Does it pay to load your channel up with ads then, and let them squeeze in then they have less places to squeeze ads in?
Every video I do, I check all the boxes for all the ads. But they're still gonna say, well, no, we're gonna do these, and you're not getting any revenue for that, and
less likely to become YouTube rich.
Yeah, because Jay said he did 3 videos on it, and it's not what you're thinking.
Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of the people's videos. There's a blog, a YouTube blog also that they talk about. They're saying the big channels won't be affected as much.
Yeah.
But the little channel, it'll hurt most of the little channels. Like I'm at 14 something. I've been at 14 something for the longest time. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot per month.
Mm-hmm.
But now the chances it'll be even less.
You gonna report out once you get a couple months under your belt?
What do you mean?
Know? I mean, like a comparison. Once you
I'm trying all the new stuff that they're talking about. You know, they want you to do the shorts, but they might do the ad at the beginning of a short. And you're not going to get, you won't get anything. And when I say anything, it's what, 10 cents, 5 cents?
Yeah.
For an ad.
I'm not monetized. I don't know. So, but
yeah.
I just wonder if you were going to do a comparison and contrast from what they used to do versus what they do now.
Yeah, a lot of people, you'll find there's a lot of big channels talking about it. Nim, who's got a huge channel, like hundreds of thousands of followers, he was talking about it. And there's a lot of the big channels, the guys that teach you how to do YouTube. You know, that's what their big focus is, because they've been through it for years. They have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Not all videos, mostly channels won't get the ads. It's more bigger channels, not in partnership program that came from the YouTube team. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. But it's like everything. Look at eBay. Every time eBay does an update of something, there's so many people, oh, now we got to do this, now we got to do that. It's just you have to adapt and change.
Okay. True. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. It's after 12.
Oh wow.
I have a huge stack of records I have to take care of.
Listen to?
No, these have all been listened to.
Oh.
These have been graded. I've been going through. We've been doing sales with Adam Record Crate.
Yep.
We just did one last night, and we do it like he does a 20-minute record sale and stuff, and so I've been kind of going through my catalog of records I have and kind of sorting them and putting them in different things. Put them in an eBay pile and an auction pile and a YouTube pile. So
that's cool.
I've just got to get them all where they belong now. So
yeah, I got a lot of shipping to do still too. I did some, but I got to do a lot more.
All right. Well, Johnny, thank you for having me. He's on the phone. Well, this was fun. Maybe we should take over, Paul. Destiny, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Take over. Take over. Yeah. And Jerry's gone too. Good grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a phone call real quick. I'll be right back.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Sorry. Stop talking about me while I'm on the phone. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, Record Crate. Adam, he's a really sweet guy. He has a couple record stores, and he has some great records and CDs. He does those too. We're doing coming up, if I can promote something since Johnny's not talking or he's on the phone. We're doing a Sunday night next Sunday, so it's after Black Friday and all that. We're doing a Christmas show, or he's doing a Christmas sale. So he'll have CDs and records and we're all going to do Christmas stuff. So okay.
Do you go out for Black Friday? Do you participate in all the madness? Well, who knows how much madness is going to be this year?
This year is weird. Yeah. No, but I have a strategic friend who is totally into that behavior and does it like a mad woman. She's shopping Black Friday circulars way before Black Friday.
Yeah, they've been great.
She has a plan of attack, and she says, make a list of what you want. Here's where I'm going. And I'm like, okay. So I really never have to.
Most of the Black Friday stuff has started already weeks ago.
Yeah.
Walmart already has their pallets out, what they call Action Alley, which is the aisle all around the perimeter with everything in it already.
Yep.
And I know actually it was started yesterday morning because today's the 23rd.
Yeah,
the 22nd to the 25th, I guess Best Buy and a lot of other stores started their huge markdown. Because, you must get the BlackFriday.com ads or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And I used to work at Walmart, so besides being triggered this time of year, I also remember all that fun. And
I had to work. I was management with Walmart. I had to work Black Fridays.
Crazy.
Hello and welcome, Landshark Picker. How you doing, Greg?
I used to work the Black Friday when I was at Toys R Us.
Yeah, nothing puts a fear of God in you like, opening the doors on a Black Friday morning.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
I had that loud voice. I used to open up the door a bit and say, calm down, and you're not going to get into it. Put everything open, and then you can come in.
It'll be fun.
There really wasn't, from looking, now you looked on, did you see anything that you really had to have, like for yourself, that you said, well, that's a great deal?
No, not really.
No, me neither.
No.
We were just at Walmart last night, and I don't remember seeing any pallets or anything like that in the aisles.
Yeah, we saw them. I went to two that we have locally, and they have them out.
It depends on the store. Sometimes they'll use the garden area for that.
Target has started this weekend putting theirs out.
Yep. They have that Crosley record player, a Bluetooth one. That looks pretty nice, but it's still $69, I think, or something like that.
I mean, you could have gotten those on clearance like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, for like $30, 35.
I wanted to make a comment about that particular piece you just talked about with the turntable. I had one I bought on clearance. It was on it was after special things they had. I got it for $20.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Just sold last month in my. I had put one in my antique booth, and it sold for $65.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I picked one up for 30, and they're not a bad little turntable.
No.
In fact, I have one that I use specifically for 78 RPM records because you change out the needle because they're different. Needles are different for 33. Yep. And you hook those up to there's outputs on the back of this one I had, and I bought it used. It sounds all right. I mean, you run it through a stereo system or run it through an an amplified speaker. They don't sound bad at all.
Exactly.
Nice.
They do a good job for what they are. They're cheap.
I want to make a shout out for Susanna. She just put her link in the chat for her YouTube channel. Actually, if you want to see any of her work and you missed it from the auction last Wednesday, there's her link to her channel. Go ahead and check it out to where you can actually see her artwork. Because right now she's in the process of making more paintings for her future auctions.
Very cool.
Yeah. And Miss Carol, are you still in the chat?
Well, just look online, Perlini. They advertise them everywhere.
Yeah.
That Instacolor camera.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, Johnny, I got to go. Thank you very much for having me, everybody. Got to go do some work.
To come on anytime during the week. You know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much love.
Later.
Love. What's that? What?
I don't know. I can't do it. How do you guys?
Tommy does this because he can't do this. Other people do this. I mean, it's just all in however you can get.
I seen somebody do it the other day where they basically put all their knuckles together, and then they did this.
Yeah, it's kind of like a heart. Yeah. Kajun does it weird.
That's it right there, but Paul.
He's getting it. He's getting close. No, well, he tries. All right. See you guys.
Thank you. Good day. I want to make Miss Carol. Don't forget, we talked about this weekend that box of painting supplies you have. Don't forget to send a copy of that to Susanna to offer that to her, as we talked about yesterday. I recommended her to do that. Now, just want to remind her. Wow. Jerry,
I am going to take off too. I have to get back to work. Thanks for letting me come in.
Yeah, this is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
You just never know who's experienced with what and who wants to talk about what.
Right. If you
I only just came in just to say that I was going to be stopped doing the auctions, and next thing you know, it blew up.
Right.
Well, the best thing about it too is, not everybody does YouTube, not everybody does eBay or any platforms, and so that's what's good about the channel. As I tell everyone, you do not have to be a reseller. You don't have to be doing YouTube. Everyone's welcome. And then again, if you're selling on a particular platform, then that's why it's good to share it as well.
Right.
She needs.
All right, so I will see everybody later.
Later.
I just thought it was funny how when I was saying about how some people complained when I came in, to the channel and and I started selling the shirts, and they're like, oh, and then they're like, is he talking about me? And I'm like, see, and I'm like, I don't need to deal with that. It's like, it's enough already. To me, that's just being, petty and all. It's like, no, like I said, you brought me in. It's like, if I brought you in, I know you're going to sell jewelry. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, here he goes. He's selling jewelry. It's like, no, that's a stupid thing to say.
Yeah. And look at it this way, every time you go into anybody's show, you're not gonna make everybody happy.
I know I'm doing the shows for years.
And that's not right that somebody's going to pull you out like that and say that, because again, you have a different demographic area of who you're going to cover for what you're selling compared to someone else who may have something totally different. So that's to me, that's not right, but I know that people are doing it out there. So yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm like, I know why they bring me in, because I have my own little following that's going to say, oh, Jerry's going to be here. Let's go there.
Right.
And I'm like, that's fine, because I'm like, I'm here to help. So don't chastise me if I'm helping you.
Right, and that's not right, because you have a lot of people that follow you too.
You've now got 19 people watching your show.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, just like when everybody asks us, what's your YouTube channel, and you don't have one, because you basically go where you can when there's an opening to do any kind of auctions, when you don't have to worry about.
And it's not that. It's just like just now, we had the DHL man come to make deliveries, and then we had the mailman, and so I had to give him all my packages that just went out. And it's like,
right.
You know, and now after I'm done with this, then it's like, okay, now I got to do this. So it's like, well, I'm not around to, you know, I'm doing other things, and I'm the one that, like, for here at the house, since my wife and son are here, I'm the one that at lunchtime, I'm the one that cooks the lunch, I cook the dinner, and I'm the one that goes and does the grocery shopping. So that way they don't have to worry about being in the outside world with this wonderful virus that's out there. I'm the one that, you know, I'm the one that puts up with it and everything, and it's like, okay. You know,
that's true though, but you know, you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not picking on anybody or anything. I just got to say, you know, like I said, my stuff is getting to the point where it's too expensive for here.
Right.
You know, and I understand that, you know, they're resellers too, and I'm all for that. I'm like, hey, I have this, you know.
Thank you, Miss Barbara. You have a good day, and don't work too hard.
Yep. Take care, Barbara. You know, and I'll turn around and I'll say, well, I know when I bought it when it came out back in 2002, I probably paid $5 for it. So let me start it out at $5. At least I'm getting my money back.
Right.
You know, so I don't mind that. I'm not taking a loss.
Right.
The loss is it's sitting here. This is all dead money.
Yeah, because it's not paying the rent.
Get the money back, and it's like, okay, let me, you know, do that. And yeah, I can go on eBay because I used to do eBay for the longest time, but eBay with all their craziness now because they're trying to get back the money that they've lost to Amazon and everything. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go on there and say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and now you're going to penalize me because someone says, oh, they want to send the thing back, and I got to wait 30 days for my money. I'm like, no. If I go to JCPenney, they don't have to wait 30 days for their money. You know, they're going to get their money right away. And so don't treat me like a store. And then when it comes time to pay me like a store, you're not going to pay me like a store. It's like, no.
I don't understand why you're having to wait 30 days because I have not had any problems when I'm doing returns or anything like that where the money is automatically released upon receiving it on my end.
I've been hearing from a few people that they've said, you know, that's what they've been told, that they have to wait 30 days. And I'm like, you know, that's ridiculous. I said, I'm not going to deal with that. You know, and I'm not, Jennifer, it's not so much the collectors because everybody collects their own things, whether it's shirts, toys, books, comics, records, posters, whatever. Stop changing all the rules. You're making me too happy.
Yeah. Well, like James said, he said the YouTube is a lot of work, and it is. And a lot of people don't have the time that it takes, and it's true because, like this weekend, I was working on 2 different videos, and what upset me was one of my videos. It took me 3 times to do it because it only stays on the screen in my program that I'm using. I thought I saved it, and when I went back to it, it was totally off. So it took me 3 times to get it, but it does take a lot of work, no matter how many times it takes you to do something, much less the editing and the putting it together. It's a lot of work.
Listen, you know, whatever it is, to make money, you got to be willing to work for it. And I understand that part. And like I said, I do this because it's fun for me.
Right.
My wife says it. She says, you're having fun there and everything. Yep. And when it stops becoming fun, that's when you should stop doing it.
Right.
You know, and that's why I don't mind doing the shows. I love going to the shows and setting up, and the people come over and they're like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at, you know, and it's cool because you also take pride because I don't care who you are. You're a collector and you want to show off your stuff.
Right.
You know, and that's what you're doing basically when you are here selling, you know, okay, ooh, look, I got old Batman cards. And they're like, oh, that's cool, you know, and it's, you know, and you say, ooh, I got this Jack pen that when you flip it, see his little body comes out, you know, and you're like, and it's silly. She's over there laughing. But like I said, when you've done it for 45 years, it does get crazy.
Right.
You know, at times, and you take the good with the bad. But like I say, there's got to be a point when you say, I know I can only go so far, and that's it. And I'm seeing that, you know, the more I'm doing it, the more stuff I have is way up there in price. And I don't think, like I said, that someone's going to go over and
Just like Perini says, people take YouTube and the auctions for granted sometimes, and that's true.
I'll put out this movie poster, and I'll say it's $150 poster. I'm not going to get that here because, and that's even if I put it out at my low price of saying that I know that it's actually a $350 poster. So give me $150. I'm happy with it. Right. But I'm not going to get that kind of money. So it's like I got to step away, which is best for somebody else to come in now and say, oh, I can go on Paul's channel. I can go on Johnny's channel. I can go on Carol's channel and sell now, and it opens up the door for them and they can make money. And I'm happy with that. I'm like, I'm not worried about it.
Perini makes a good comment, though. They want to put layaway like it's the store and you used to do. That is something I've noticed in, I want to say the last couple of weeks, I've noticed it available when I do auctions or anything through PayPal or even eBay. It even says that you can set it up that way. But I think what it is that they're going to set it up to where you still get paid as the seller, but they get to do it on layaway through eBay if you offer it for a customer. I don't know how it would work as far as if you do get somebody that wants to put it on layaway, but from what I understand, you still get paid up front. So I'm not sure how that's working, but yeah, I did see that little offer come up recently.
No, I just got a whiter shirt on, so it makes me look good.
All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and end the show right now because I do want to make sure that everybody has a chance to get and do your little running around or whatever before 1 o'clock when James comes on with his show at 1. I do need to get some more work done around here, so I will go ahead and start letting everybody know. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to share your links so that way everybody can see it, because then all my shows do come up with the chat available to see. That way if somebody misses your links, they can catch it in the replay. Again, don't forget to put your links or to any platform you sell on that you want to advertise. And we'll see y'all in the next show and maybe in someone else's chat. And so as I always say before we end any show, love always, love is free, and please be kind to one another and be thankful for everything and anything you can think of for the week. And so until we meet again into another chat, have a blessed day and see y'all later.
Yep.